My name is John, and I work as a morgue attendant in an old hospital on the outskirts of town. My job is usually calm, but that night was one I will never forget. That night, I started my night shift as usual. I sat in the control room, reviewing records and occasionally watching the CCTV monitor showing footage from the morgue. Everything seemed normal until 1 a.m. That's when strange things began to happen. I heard rustling noises from one of the morgue rooms. At first, I thought it was just a mouse or the wind. However, the noise grew louder and turned into footsteps. I decided to check it out, even though my hairs were standing on end. When I entered the morgue room, the air felt extremely cold. The row of body drawers looked calm, but I felt as though something was watching from the shadows. I ignored the feeling and returned to the control room. Not long after I sat back down, the CCTV monitor displayed something that made my heart race. One of the body drawers was slowly opening by itself. I was stunned, unable to believe what I was seeing. The drawer continued to open until it was fully open, and I saw a white figure standing at the end of the room, staring at the camera. Breathing heavily, I grabbed a flashlight and went back to the morgue room. The drawer I had seen on the monitor was indeed open, but there was no one inside. I closed the drawer and tried to convince myself that I was just tired. As I turned to leave, the lights in the room suddenly went out, plunging it into darkness. I tried to turn on the flashlight, but it didn't work. In the darkness, I heard a soft voice whispering, "Please, let me out." I groped in the dark, searching for the light switch, but all I found was the cold wall. The voice grew louder, now sounding like a cry of pain. Suddenly, I felt a cold hand grip my ankle. I screamed and backed away, falling to the floor. The lights came back on, and I saw a woman standing near the open drawer. Her face was pale, her eyes vacant, and she was wearing a long white dress stained with blood. I was frozen, my body paralyzed with fear. The woman slowly approached, and I could feel the cold emanating from her. "Please, I can't leave," she whispered with a raspy voice. I tried to move, but my body felt heavy. The woman came closer, and I could see a gaping wound on her neck. I closed my eyes and prayed for it all to end. When I opened my eyes again, the woman was gone, and the room was calm once more. I immediately ran out of the morgue room and back to the control room, my breath still ragged. The CCTV monitor showed that the drawer that had been open was now tightly closed. I tried to report the incident to my superiors, but they only thought I was too tired and stressed. But I knew what I saw and felt that night. Since then, every time I pass by the morgue room, I always feel as though someone is watching, and the whisper, "Please, let me out," still echoes in my ears whenever night falls.